Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to card making tutorial 603. Today we're going to make a gorgeous card using our Anna Griffin supplies, and it's something a little bit different again, and it could be used with any of your collections that you have. It would just all tone in nicely. The first thing that we're going to use is the Anna Griffin sentiment stamp and die set. Now this is something for the insert that I often use the stamps just for the insert, and you could substitute it if you don't have it. We're using Happy Birthday My Friend. We're also going to be using the Concentric frame dies from Anna Griffin, and we're going to be using the large ornate frame and the shadow frame. We're also going to be using the lace border dies from Anna. We're going to be using this one, the ornate layer and the shadow layer. Everything I do use I shall put in a detailed list on my blog, so please be sure to check it out. Now I also take extra photos as well, and there's lots of other projects on there. There's another 602 projects just for Anna Griffin, so please check it out. And I know we're on a Friday format at the moment, but I'm so pleased that you're enjoying it. And at least you know every Friday, that's it, I'm on with a new tutorial for Anna Griffin. There will be other tutorials on other days for different brands, so just keep looking on Facebook to see if there's any announcements and see when new collections from Fab Scraps and Relative History and other places maybe just pop up, and you'll see everything then. So we're going to be using a 7x5" card for our base card. I've already stamped on the back of it with my handmade by label and added my name so that the recipient will know that I've made it for them. I'm using my bone folder from the Anna Griffin tool collection just to make sure I've got a nice sharp crease along the edge of my card. And we're going to create the inside of the card first. Now this is a very, very simple inside, but it's something a little bit different. I've used the Anna Griffin double-sided cardstock, and I've cut 5 strips at 1.5 inches. So I've got 3 that are the same pattern, and I've just got flat double-sided tape on the back. And I've cut them to 1.5 inches by 4.8 inches. So I'm just going to position 2 outside strips, just a fraction inside the card, so it gives us a border. And I'm going to take the 3rd strip and add this through the centre. I'm not trying to pattern match, I'm not trying to be really careful. The only thing I want to do is make sure they're all roughly in line with each other. So those are the first 3 strips, and then the second 2 strips in a coordinating pattern are going to go the right way around, Anne-Marie, are going to go between the gaps, so to speak. They're just going to sit between the 2 previous patterns, like so. I'm not even going to try and measure up the size or make sure I've got them, perfect. There we go. So that's the base of our card, and it does look as though it's meant to be. I'm so excited about this card, actually, I can't speak. So our panel with our sentiment on is a piece of plain ivory card, and it's actually the back of a card that I've used for a previous project. So maybe I've had to cut the front away to make a layer, and I've saved the back because it's just perfect ivory for something like this. Now I've gone in around the edge and I've tinted it using a distress ink, and it was called Mustard Seed, and it's from set 1. And I've just gone in and blended the ink, and then I've stamped Happy Birthday from our Sentiment Stamp and Die collection. I'm taking the flat tape away, and I'm just going to position this through the centre. And I know you're thinking, wow, that looks quite bright. Well, it'll tone in perfectly with the outside. And it's not as bright as it seems. But that is our insert complete. How simple is that? So you could use your scraps for the base and a scrap of ivory cardstock or a plain cardstock. You've got enough room to write a great message, and it's just so pretty, and it's going to work perfectly with the front. I'm just going to use my bone folder on the front again along that crease to make sure it's nice and sharp. Now for the base of our card, I'm not going to put an all over base on it. My first layer is using the Concentric die shadow layer, and I'm just using cardstock from, it's just double-sided cardstock. There was a collection Anna had a while ago with double-sided cardstock in, and I've just kind of used that for this, but you could use any of your collections. So I've got it flat tape on the back, and I'm just going to position that through the centre of our card. So we're leaving a little edge around the outside. Our next layer is the Concentric ornate layer. Again, I've used just double-sided card, and I've got 3D foam on the back of this, and I'm simply going to position this over the previous layer, like so. Next, we're going to just build up the front at the bottom, very similar to how we did it for the inside. I've cut 3 pieces of cardstock that will coordinate with everything. Again, just the double-sided cardstock. The 1.5 inches wide, and I'm not too worried about the height, as long as they go past the centre. That's kind of like the main thing. And we're going to go edge to edge first, so they're just on flat tape, they're not on 3D foam. And the third one will go roughly about there. So there we go. So that's the first step for building the bottom layer. Next, I've cut 2 more strips in the same yellow cardstock that I used on the base, and these have got 3D foam running down the centre of the strips. Now these measure just short of 2 inches, and I'm going to position them between the 3 strips that we've just added now. And the second one like that. There we go. So there's an overlap between them. Then I've got 2 more strips at the same 1.5 inch wide width, again on flat tape, and these are going to just sit over our previous layer through the centre, like that. And I'll just do the second one. So it's just simply going to sit over that gorgeous yellow card. So you can see how we've built it up in kind of like a false folded effect. I've now taken the shadow layer of the lace border dies, of the die that I showed you we were going to use, and I've cut the lemon cardstock out. I've got 3D foam on the back, and I'm simply going to add this just over the top of the centre of the card, so it runs through the middle, but it's just a little bit higher than the centre. I'm now going to use the shadow, the ornate layer from the same die, from the lace border dies, and I've got 3D foam on the back of this one, So I'm just going to put that over the shadow layer that we've cut. Next, I've taken an embellishment from the Crown Die Stickers and Embellishment Collection. I'm peeling the back away, and I've got 3D foam just at the front of it. Just 2-3 pieces at the front, because I'm just going to position it slightly down, but I want it on the right level as the centre, so to speak. So I can press that down. Next, I've taken some gorgeous pink roses from, now I think it's the Crown embellishment set again. I've missed that out, but I'm simply peeling the back of it away, and I'm going to add it to the other side of our embellishment. I've taken a sentiment from the Feather embellishment sticker collection from Anna Griffin, and instead of using it as a sticker, I've got 3D foam on the back, and I'm just going to add that in the middle of our embellishment, like so. Press it down. You can hear those stickers pressing down. And then I'm going to finish it with a little bow underneath the sentiment. There we go. And that is our card finished. And it's got the faux folded bottom. I do like that effect, and you could use it with so many of your papers and collections, and especially the scraps. And the top, with it being so different in contrast to the bottom, just makes it stand out so well. The inside matches perfectly, so you see how I've said about the lemon and the inking around the edge using the range and mustard seed ink. It just turns in so well, because we've got the yellow from the patterns of the flowers and the lemon from the background. Stands up perfectly, and it's a really pretty card and a great one to try with your scraps. It's got a few layers on it, so I think it would still go in a normal envelope. A little bit of 3D foam going on there. But, you know what? I think, yeah, I'm sure it would go in a normal envelope. It's a beautiful card, and you would be able to use it for so many different occasions. Obviously, I've used it kind of non-specific here for the front. Obviously, it's Happy Birthday inside. But Make-A-Wish could be so many different things. And you're just going to change the occasion to suit what you need to make a card for. Please check the blog for lots more extra photos and so many different projects. And please share with your crafty friends. Please give me the thumbs up on YouTube. It's just so great hearing from you, and I love it that you're enjoying the project so much. So I would just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.